Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Welcome on back. Today we're gonna go over my February TBR. It's that time. So I got a large pile here of possibilities for February. I'm excited about each and every one of them, of course. So let's get started. Why not? And you know what's funny is I in my plans video, I said, I just need to slow down a little bit. Let's not join all the things. I don't need to join everything. I have since joined all the things, so that's fun. Which means I have approximately 56 books on my TBR, and not really that much, but it's quite a lot. And some of these are just, if I have time, I get to them. Some of them are a bit more concrete plans, of course, but it just narrows down my huge TBR to something manageable for the month, right? So let's just get going. We'll do, I've just got a big list here basically, so we're just going to go down the list. That's how I have organized this pile of books over here. So for Shades of Orange, Patreon book club, Rachel over Shades of Orange, we actually have a twofer this month. We're going to be reading The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. This will technically be a reread for me. So if I don't, get to it, I have read it so I can still join in the conversation. I would like to try to listen to the audiobook for it though, just to kind of refresh my memory of the story. I didn't read it probably early last year in 2021. But I could read it again. I love this book. So I'm very excited about that. And now our second book for February is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. Now I've heard a lot about this one. I heard there's some pretty brutal scenes in here. It's kind of like a crime thriller type of book. But I've not read it, and I'm super excited. And actually my audiobook hold just came in for this one, so I will be starting that one very, very soon. Okay, so moving on. I've got Of One Blood by Pauline Hopkins. This is going to be my pick for the month for my Books in the Freezer challenge. I need to read one book a month to make sure I'm staying on top of that challenge. And this one I'm super excited about because this was written out in 1902. Yes, 1902, 1903, sort of a reprint of Pauline Hopkins' story. And basically the first couple sentences here: when medical student Ruel Briggs reluctantly attends a performance by the beautiful singer Diane Lusk, he can't help but fall for her. The very next day their paths cross again when Diane's train crashes. To bring her back from the brink of death, Ruel draws on an eerie power he can't quite name. The story goes from there. I want to dive into this classic piece of horror literature and by a black female author. So yeah, amazing. Let's see, for my 12 books from 12 friends sort of challenge, I guess, I'm going to pull up We Are Never Going to Meet in Real Life by Samantha Irby. One of my friends suggested anything by Samantha Irby, so I'm going to go for this one and check that out. I am going to dive finally into Octavia Butler's Parable of the Sower. This is going to be my big Octavia series for the year. So probably later in the year I'll read Parable of the Talents. But I cannot wait to read this one. And I know it's sort of a dystopian type of story where this sort of young woman, I think, ends up creating some, like, her own religion, something like that. I don't know. I know it's going to be amazing because it's Octavia Butler and I love Octavia Butler. So this also does count for my 10 books for 10 decades challenge that I'm doing as well. So check and double check. I can't wait. for my reread, I'm going to be doing Dune. I'm going to reread Dune again. I read it in February of last year. That's funny because I'll be reading it in February again, and very excited to read it again, actually, even though it's just been a year. Dan over at Book Nook Noggin is hosting a read-along of the Dune series, so I'm going to try to keep up along with that, and that means I'll need to reread this one. And I'm actually really excited, and I might try to find an audiobook for it this time through. I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed, because I have so many books on my list is what I'm saying. I'm gonna need some help from audiobooks this month. Okay, my middle grade book for the month is going to be Tristan Strong Punches a Hole in the Sky by Kwame Mbalia. I cannot wait to read this book. I've been excited for it since it came out, and it's been just sitting there on my shelf with this ugly sticker remnant that I still need to get off, but I cannot wait. So it pulls a lot from African and African American sort of like folktales, folklore, gods. Like right here you have John Henry on the cover, and then of course Tristan, I don't know, somehow gets wrapped up in this world with these, sort of old, like I said, old gods and things like that. And I think he has like a friend. Let's see. 7th grader Tristan Strong feels anything but strong ever since he failed to save his best friend when they were in a bus accident together. All he has left of Eddie is the journal his friend wrote stories in. And then Tristan is sent off to live with his grandparents in Alabama for the month, I guess it's like the summertime, to try to help move on. And then, a sticky creature shows up in his bedroom and steals Eddie's journal. So I'm guessing that leads us on this adventure with Tristan. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Look at that gorgeous map. I'm so excited. I believe it's I've got 3 books. I don't know if it's just going to be a trilogy, but I have the next 2 also. Can't wait. My sort of main poetry focus for the month will be Ghost in a Black Girl's Throat by Calisa Ray. Very excited for this. I picked this up. I was very excited to learn that Calisa Ray lives right here in North Carolina, and actually just the city right next door to me. And so I love to support, of course, a local author. And then I think, let's see, what's the sort of gist of this collection? Examines the haunting feeling of facing past demons while grappling with sexism, racism, and bigotry, ancestral ghosts, societal ghosts, spiritual internal hauntings. I think this is going to be fantastic. Very excited to dive through this. So my short story collection for the month, I will have 2 actually this month. I'm going to do a double dose of Mrs. Butler here. I'm going to go through Bloodchild by Octavia Butler. And this isn't just short stories. There's some short stories, and there's also a couple of essays in here from her as well. I'm going to, continue to do kind of 1 a day-ish as I work through this one as my short stories for the month. And I'm just excited. Any and all Octavia Butler, right? Knock myself in glasses. Okay, the Stephen King read-along for the month. Book for the month is Rose Madder. I'm really excited for this one. I've heard really great things about Rose Madder. It's one I have not read. So, yes, I'm very excited. I think she probably deals with like spousal abuse. And then wherever it goes from that, because it's, it's not a non-chunky one. It's, over 400, almost 80 pages. So, yeah, very excited about this. And look at this old cover. I got this at a thrift store. It's a bit freaky. So, yeah. So, the Stephen King read-along that we're doing, Kelly Hooked on Books kind of picks our books for us, and then we chat about these over on Brad Proctor's Discord. It's a circle, Yeah, I'll link Kelly's info below, and I'll link Brad Proctor's channel below too if you want to join his Discord. How about that? Let's see what's next. I lost my spot here. Okay, so I will be continuing on. Speaking of Kelly from Kelly Hooked on Books, she's hosting the V.C. Andrews read along for the year. We're going to be diving into book 2 of the Dollenganger series, Petals on the Wind. So I'm excited to see what our kids get up to in the second book, and see what kind of what sort of sauciness we get up to this time. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't actually know anything about it. So yeah. Another one I'll probably try to find the audiobook for. I'm looking forward to that one. That one's going to be a lot of fun. This one is if I have a time. If I did finish, The Gunslinger last month. If I feel like going into, or I have time to get to book 2 for The Dark Tower, I've got The Drawing of the Three will be next up for that. This one will be lower on my priority list, but it's still on my list if I get to it, Again, maybe audiobook can help me out with this one. I'm very excited to see where the story goes from here, and yeah, continue on this journey. All right, my little book club that I run with some friends on Facebook. I've said that every time, but we have chosen The Princess Bride by William Goldman for February. This actually will be another reread for me. I really enjoyed this book the first time I read it. It's been a few years ago now, but so I'm excited to actually read it and chat about it with some friends. I think most of us know what The Princess Bride is about. I remember, of course, a little different, from the movie, but it's going to be fun. But it's another slightly chunky book, so we'll see. Of course, I will still be making my way through House of Chains, also by Stephen Erickson. This is book 4, still, the Malazan series. I am about a third of the way now, I guess, maybe. So I'm making progress. It's good. We're finally getting to some of the characters that we know. We're finally seeing some characters from Dead House Gates and stuff. So I'm excited. So now I'm kind of getting into the story, right? Let's see. Kelly Hooked on Books has her From Hell book club. The choice for February is Elizabeth by Ken Greenhall, aka Jessica Hamilton. Definitely want to read this. I've been wanting to read this one for a little while now. I think I found it on Scribd, if I'm not mistaken. So if you are looking for it, I think that's where I found it. I don't even remember what this one was about. I just remember somebody talking about it and then me wanting to read it. So joining in for that one. And I guess I just do everything with Kelly, because we're going to be doing a buddy read too of Geek Love by Catherine Dunn. Now this was also on my reread list for the year. So I guess I'll be doing 2 rereads this month. But I wanted to reread this one because once upon a time it would have been definitely in a top 5 favorite, but I have a feeling that I might feel differently about it now. I don't really know. I just want to reread it to see how 44-year-old me feels about it as opposed to 20-something-year-old me, with my life experiences being what they are now. But I'm excited to reread it. I remember really loving this, so we'll see. And I believe Kelsey from Slime and Slashers is joining us on this reread too, so I bring up Kelsey. She's also doing a really fun readathon for February. I'll link her channel below. Sort of carnival themed type of horror readathon, so anything to do with carnivals, clowns, amusement parks, all that kind of fun stuff. And actually Geek Club fits right into that, because this does deal with, of course, a freak show. So yeah. And as of this filming, I don't know what the winner of her book club, the Midnight Library Society, I think I always get the name wrong, but I don't know what the winner is, but I will hopefully will read that one as well. Because the 2 I think they were in the running, I'm interested in them both. So again, if I have a time. That's an if I have a time thing. You know, this is my second short story collection for the month. The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. This will be, it's actually for Juan over at Plagued by Visions, his vision of the month. He has selected this. So I will be diving in this because I have this book. Because I have it. And now the Bloody Chamber is a bit of a longer story, I think. But then, like I said, it has other stories in here. So I'll work through Bloodchild by Octavia Butler and this one for the month as I work through short stories for the month. Very excited. Last, certainly not least, is When the Reckoning Comes by Latonya Mcqueen. And this is, again, if I have time, this is the Ladies of Horror Fiction sort of monthly group read choice. I wanted to read this since I first heard about it, so I would really like to read it. Again, this isn't if I have time, but it's on my list just in case I don't forget about it. I think I also found this one maybe on Scribs too. I can't remember now, but anyway, like I said, I've got approximately 111 books on my TBR for February, and I think that's it. I hope it's it. Good grief. So yeah, I went from not joining things to joining all the things, and it's fine. It's fine. This is fun for me, and reading is fun for me, and this actually joining things makes it even more fun for me. And a lot of these books are really tackling my biggest goal for the year, which is to read books I already own. So that's great. Whew, okay. Let me know if you've read any of these, or if you're reading any of these, or whatever. Let me know. And thanks as always for watching. I'm always so appreciative of your time, my friends. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.